myself, Dr. Lata Sharma. All of you, my dear students. Now we are here for getting a new topic, that is Greenpeace. My dear students, as we are aware that you are going to learn all of the topics that is related to your BPSC 141, that is contemporary thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi. That is a very important, I think, paper of yours, and there are many and many topics that have been covered by me in this platform. So this is now we are covering a new also a topic that is related to the movements of Mahatma Gandhi, is a contemporary movements of Indian structure. So we have taken a new topic, as I have seen that there was many topics was related to Chikku movement, women's movement, and there is contemporary movements that is related to the environment, that is related to the world history, that is related to the, we can say that, security, safety, and with the discrimination and women's discrimination. There are many and many moments we have seen. I have seen. So there is a, because now is the timings of getting the knowledge and getting some cautious about the environment, that is more important. So getting this topic, I feel that it will be a good information, good knowledge you will get from this topic. And this is the topic is Greenpeace. So as with this name, we you came to know, you get to know that this is the meaning, this is the name is Greenpeace. Green is the meaning of, that is you are aware. And Greenpeace, that we are going to make this earth as a green, and we want to make this satisfied peace and fully getting calm and cool. So this is a new topic, and this is Greenpeace. As we are start with this, that where and how it has gone into our knowledge, what is the really its origin, and what is the importance has been required by the world nations, that there is a requirement of this concept or not. So this is Greenpeace, and we are now starting with that. Greenpeace is a network of many organizations. Otherwise, we can say Greenpeace is a network of Greenpeace organizations. We can say national and regional organization. Greenpeace International is a foundation based out of Amsterdam. It helps facilitate global campaigns and is called an environment protection organization that operates in 55 countries. It was founded in 1971. It is a well known organization due to its visible actions worldwide. So, as usual, this is as now because of this, Greenpeace is a national. When we discuss something, when we may discuss about a movement, that is not always remain the national, that always remain the regional also, because of any issue that can occur accordingly, otherwise accordingly to the issues that can arise from a reason, any reason. So any issue, that is just type of Greenpeace movements organizations, they have got the name of organization. After that, that they become the regional organization. They have to be become a regional issue. After they will get approval of the persons, the approval of the society, and after that, many efforts they convert into a organization. So Greenpeace is a network of organization, and it helps facilitate global campaigns and is called an environmental protection organization that operates in 55 countries. As I have told you, that 55 countries, this organization, this movement is going to work with in 55 countries. And in 1971, it has founded in 1971. It is a well-known organization due to its visible actions worldwide. So because of that is well-known organization. Why it is well-known? Because visible actions worldwide. Now we are going to that what is the history of Greenpeace? Is any history? What is the reason that we came to know about the Greenpeace? What we have done for that? What was the main reason that Greenpeace is going to make a concept? The foundation of Greenpeace were led in 1960s with the United States government plan to test nuclear weapons in tectonically unstable island Antarctica near Alaska. Despite protest from furious locals, the test went ahead as planned. Despite no geographical consequences, the US government planned on detonating a bomb 5 times more powerful than the previous one. Now we are discussing about the international Greenpeace. What is the history of that? As we came to know that this is the foundation in 1960s, and the United USA wants to make a test of nuclear weapons an unstable island that's named nearby Alaska, and there was many furious protest has been done by the locals. They doesn't want to that test has been conducted on that area. And all of the issues has been raised, but with this they doesn't care of this, and the test went ahead as planned. Despite no geographical consequences, was no too much geographical consequences has been seen. So they think the government think that they will also planned a detonating a bomb 5 times more powerful than the previous one. So this is the history that 1960 United States has done a test nearby Alaska, an island, and there was no geographical consequences has been seen. So they also think that they will make a 5 time more powerful detonating a bomb that was more powerful. Realizing that a more unconventional method was the need of the hour, Irving Stowe, environmental activist, arranged a benefit concert that took place on 16 October 1970 at Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver. The concert raised money for the first Greenpeace campaign, the proceeds of which were used to purchase a ship which was renamed Greenpeace for the protest after a term coined by activist Bill Darnell. So there is, my dear students, I think this is we are feeling that is a story as we are hearing, and I am saying to you. I'm telling to you because if we compare that USA wants to do the test as he has done in Alaska. After that, he wants to do more powerful test on that area. But after that, realizing that a more conventional method was the need of the hour, there is a person, Irving Stowe. He is a environmental activist, and he arranged a benefit concert that took place on 16 October 1970. And with this effort in Vancouver, there is a place. The concert raised money for the first Greenpeace campaign. They have started the campaign for getting raised money. The proceeds of which were used to purchase a ship was renamed Greenpeace for the protest after a term coined by activist Bill Darnell. There was start a protest as this protest has been given a name that was Greenpeace by the activist Bill Darnell. Realizing that a more conventional method there was a need of the hour, this environmental activist he has started in 1970 Vancouver. He has started a concert that is the first Greenpeace campaign. The proceeds which were used to purchase the ship, which was renamed Greenpeace for the protest after a term coined by activist Bill Darnell. In 1971, the ship headed towards Antarctica and face the US Coast Guard ship confidence. Although the weather and the implied threats from the Coast Guard ship forced to Greenpeace ship to turn back. Their firm to protest had generated a huge wave of sympathy for their efforts. Following this, the activists sailed to more US nuclear test sites along with the allied vessels until harsh criticism had forced the government from conducting any more tests. Following this, Greenpeace has played a pivotal role in, among other things, the adoption of. As we can say that in 1971, the ship, which has been named as the ship, headed towards Amchitika and faced the U.S. Coast Guard ship Confidence. Although weather and the implied threats from the Coast Guard ship forced the Greenpeace ship to turn back, their firm to protest had generated a huge wave of sympathy for their efforts because this ship, Greenpeace ship, has turned back, but they have protested and they have generated a huge wave of sympathy of their efforts. Following this, the activists sailed to more US nuclear test sites. They have sailed nuclear test sites along with the allied vessels until harsh criticism had forced the government from conducting any more tests. Following this, Greenpeace, they have played a very important role among other things with the adoption of a ban on toxic waste exports to less developed countries, a moratorium on commercial whaling, a United States Convention providing for better management of world fisheries, a Southern Ocean whale sanctuary, a 50-year moratorium on mineral explosion in Antarctica, bans on the dumping at sea of radioactive and industrial waste and disused oil installations, an end to high sea, large scale drift net fishing. There is a scene has been created by the Greenpeace ship that has been working for the environment. There, what has happened after that? They have making a very strong. They have make a very strong forced protest, and they had generated a huge wave of sympathy for their efforts. For this, what scene has been converted that a ban on toxic wastes exports to less developed countries. That there is a ban on toxic wastes exports to less developed countries, which are less developed. The toxic waste has been exported to that countries, a moratorium on commercial whaling. Second is United Nations conventions providing for a better management of world fisheries. What has been seen there? What has been done? Extra efforts for this, for the better management of world fisheries, a Southern Ocean whale sanctuary. They have also kept in the eye. They have started Southern Ocean whale sanctuary, a 50-year moratorium on mineral exploitation in Antarctica, bans on the dumping at sea of radioactive and industrial waste and disused oil installations. There was a ban has been declared that they will not dump the radioactive and industrial waste and disused oil installation. They will not dump into the sea, and end to high sea, large scale drift net fishing. There is a end has been declared that large scale drift net fishing in the sea will be ended, will not be covered. So this is the thing that after there is a story, as I have told you, that 1971 the ship headed towards Amchitika, and the activist is going to protest. They are making the huge efforts, and they have also sailed the US nuclear test sites. They have harsh criticism had forced the government from conducting any more tests. And their protest, their hard effort has made this confirm that the government has come out, and they forced, and harsh criticism had forced the government from conducting any more tests. After that, they ban on toxic waste exports to less developed countries, moratorium on commercial whaling. A United States convention has been started by the United Nations for providing for the better management of world fisheries. What will they do there? United Nations Convention has been declared for better management of world fisheries. A Southern Ocean whale sanctuary and moratorium on mineral exploitation in Antarctica. They have also covered, and there was a ban on the dumping at sea of radioactive and industrial waste and disused oil installations. There was capped. There was has been ban declared. There is also a new scenario has been seen that an end to high sea large scale drift net fishing has been covered. Now we can say that what was the mission and objective of Greenpeace. Because of Greenpeace has started his work, Greenpeace has come into the ground for making efforts for the system, for the environment. But what is the main mission and objective of Greenpeace? Greenpeace uses non-violent and creative campaigns to highlight global environmental problems in order to find solutions for a sustainable future for the planet and the human race at large. As usually, my dear students, as because you are aware about the environmental issues, biodiversity, and many issues has been seen, that is earthquakes and many that type of we can say storms and environmental plant cutting and green gases. These are the things that has made the society and the environmental in a not in a good way. So this is, we can say, 1970s, and this is story we are telling here and the history we are getting here. Greenpeace objective, main objective is they uses non-violent and creative campaigns to highlight global environmental problems in order to find solutions for a sustainable future for the planet. What they want? Non-violent, creative campaigns, highlight global environmental problems, and to find solutions for a sustainable future for the planet and the human race at large. Its ultimate aims is to ensure that the earth is capable of sustain and nurture life, not just for the present generation but for future generation as well. We have to, my dear friends, you have to understand this line, because They are giving the, we can say, they are giving the cautious, they are making us confirm that earth is capable of sustain and nurture life, not just for this present generation but for the future generation as well. As we have seen that our forefathers has real life, and they have given us a good future accordingly in global environmental aspects. But what is happening that we, as we are also a good forefathers can be, that we are giving the assurance that we are giving them the earth that can be capable, can remain capable or not for sustained and nurtured life, not for just for the present generation but for the future generation as well. As we can do this, so question mark is here. So Greenpeace, this is the mission and objective is very, very warm and very great, we can say. It has launched the following campaign in the ensuing years of its existence. What they want, what they do, and what is their objective, that they make the campaign in the ensuing years of its existence. That what they will do for that. The protection of oceans and ancient forests. Main focus is there. That what is to be required here and what are they doing? There is the same thing. There is a requirement that protection of oceans and ancient forests, because Greenpeace has started due to the test has been done in the Alaska nearby. So they have a very good aspects about the protections of oceans. They have a very good sense for getting the protection of oceans. And what they want, that ancient forest. This is more important because of ancient forests. What is meaning that we have not to go into the sense of deforestation. They should remain a forest. Ancient forest should remain, because of, if this ancient forest will not be on that ground, what will happen? We are disturbing the nature. We are doing properly harmful society, system, management, this world to ourselves, not to anyone. The phase out of fossil fuels and the promotion of renewable energy to stop climate change. What is there? That phase out of fossil fuels and the promotion of renewable energy to stop climate change. The elimination of toxic chemicals. This is really very bitter, we can say. Toxic chemicals, because these type of toxic chemicals goes into the our water bodies, water channels, and these are really very, very much harmful for the body, for the society, for the system, for the management, for the environment, and for everybody. The prevention of genetically modified organisms being released into nature, an end to the nuclear threat and the nuclear contamination. There is mission and objective of Greenpeace. Safe and sustainable trade. As usually they are saying here that safe and sustainable trade, what they want, sustainable trade, not they are not discussing about that sustainable development. They are doing that any type of trade that can be remain on the aspects of sustainable at the meaning remain on the base of sustainability, that development can be considered, not any type of development will be considered. An end to nuclear threat, because of nuclear threat is necessary. Any country, any type of country, developed, undeveloped, free, and any type of countries is remain to be in a threat that there should be no welcome for making the nuclear test. Prevention of genetically modified organisms being released into nature, the elimination of toxic chemicals, protection of ocean and ancient forests. So this is all that mission and objectives of Greenpeace here. Because of if our mission and objectives are not confirmed, not clear, we cannot work for upon that. So these are the missions and objectives of Greenpeace. Now there is a sense of confirmation that how Greenpeace is working and how Greenpeace is getting fund from it. Greenpeace raises most of its funding through individual donations and foundations. It vets all major donation in order to ensure that they do not come from unwanted or dangerous sources. The organizations accept no donations from governments, political parties, or other international organizations in order to avoid their interference. Even these, even those donations that come from foundations are rejected should they make any unreasonable conditions, restrictions, or constraints on the activities of Greenpeace, or if these said donations in any way compromise its operational integrity. Ever since the 1990s, the Greenpeace has mainly relied on face to face funding in order to make up for its shortfall in funding, subscribing them for a monthly direct debit donation. As you have seen, that Greenpeace is totally based upon the donations and foundations. And this organization no acceptance donations from the government, political parties, and other international organization in order to avoid their interference. Because of the foundations, they reject the donations from because their unreasonable conditions, restrictions, or constraints on the activities of Greenpeace, or if these set donation in any way compromise its operational integrity. So this is that funding of Greenpeace. That what is the main sourcing of fund of Greenpeace, this organization. Now we are covering here that we are discussing about the international Greenpeace, but 55 countries they are running this organization this moment. So in India, what is the view in India? Greenpeace was started in 1971 by a small group of volunteers. They had put on a concert to raise money for a boat and would sail from Vancouver to Amchitika to protest US aggregation and nuclear testing. The testing went on, but public outcry inspired the establishment of a new group, Greenpeace. Greenpeace India is an Indian based non profit environmental organization that with a presence in 55 countries throughout Europe, the Americas, and Asia, with offices in Bangalore, Delhi, Chennai, Patna. Greenpeace India is a legally recognized organization. Now here that we are discussing now the in the view of the view of Greenpeace in Indian culture. To avoid being influenced by governments, intergovernmental organizations, political parties, companies, the group doesn't accept money from them. The fundraising team, basic fundraising methodology is called direct dialogue recruitment, and it involves going out on the street and directly engaging ordinary people to discuss the present state of the environment and how Greenpeace is striving to bring about positive change. Following these discussions, the interested person is enrolled as a donor and a volunteer. To avoid being influenced by governments, intergovernmental organizations. What is Indian scenario? The Greenpeace is also working as same that to avoid that they also doesn't want to influenced by the government, intergovernmental organizations, political parties, companies, and the group doesn't accept money from them. A fundraising team basic fundraising methodology is called direct dialogue recruitment, and it involves going out on the street and directly engaging ordinary people to discuss the present state of the environment and how Greenpeace is striving to bring about positive change. Following these discussions, the interested persons is enrolled as a donor and a volunteer. There is a simple thing is here. There is no influence of government and government organization, political parties, and any company and group that can affect the ideology, shape, system, management of the Greenpeace. The Indian government accused Greenpeace with many cases of financial breaches under FCRA. This is Foreign Contribution Regulation Act in April 2015, spending more than 60% of the funds on managerial expenses and tax evasion are also violations. NGOs are not allowed to spend more than 50% of their foreign funds on administrative costs, according to the FCRA. On April 28, 2015, the Indian government froze Greenpeace India's bank account and suspended its license for failing to reveal details of foreign donations under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Greenpeace India personnel, on the other hand, have pledged to work without pay if funds run out. This is the very negative scene here that we can say that Indian government has accused the Greenpeace because of that there is a organization that any type of organization NGO can run accordingly to the FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, and they are according to them in April 2015. There is then 60% of funds on managerial expenses and tax evasion are also violations can has seen, And there is a scene that NGOs are not allowed to spend more than 50% of their foreign funds on administrative cost, according to the FCR. And for this reason, the Indian government froze Greenpeace India's bank account and suspended its license for failing to reveal details of foreign donations under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. The Indian High Court granted interim relief in May 15, allowing the organizations to open two domestic accounts and resume normal operations. But the money frozen by the government was not allowed to be spent pending the outcome of the case. Greenpeace India has staged rallies across the country against thermal power, nuclear power, coal, and aluminium mining. Greenpeace has also been active in promoting solar energy equipment manufactured by the Jamelin Surface Optical Corporation, situated in the United States, particularly in Bihar. There is a scene that there is a system, we can say, that Greenpeace India staged rallies across the country against thermal power, nuclear power, coal, and aluminium mining. Greenpeace has also been active in promoting solar energy equipment manufactured by Xamelin Surface Optical Corporation, that is United States, and particularly in Bihar also. Now we can say what is the Greenpeace movement's main goal. We can say its ultimate goal is to ensure that the earth can be maintained and nourish life for future generation as well as the current one. In the years since its inception, it has launched the following campaign: Ocean and ancient forest must be protected. As we have seen that ocean and ancient forest must be protected. This is really must be, because ancient forest and ocean, these are the things that by this we can say this earth remain without any harm. If these natural property can be taken, natural property disturbed by us, what will happen? We can't think without, if there is not any type, not remain any type of ancient forest and oceans, what will happen? We cannot think about this. As now a question arises here, that how effective has Greenpeace been in all these years? Is there any effectiveness? Is there any importance? Is there any their workings has make a remark? There is a question arise here. For the better part of half century, Greenpeace consistent environmental campaigning has been almost unblemished success. Its efficiency has rewarded it with enormous cash and practically unrestrained access to decision makers. This is the thing that we have also seen, and what Greenpeace is going to work, and which type of work has been done by the Greenpeace here. We have also taken a view. Now there is also a question mark, that what has Greenpeace accomplished in terms of environmental protection? Is there any remarkable success has been there? Is any important example that can be seen, that they have worked and according to their mission and goals? Greenpeace works on issues such as protecting ocean and ancient forest, phasing out fossil fuels, and promoting renewable energy to stop climate change. eliminating toxic chemicals, preventing the release of genetically modified organisms into nature, and ending the nuclear threat and nuclear power. Now, there is that Greenpeace India was founded in 2001, but our story goes back further to 1995, where grassroots activists from the Greenpeace offices started the idea of Greenpeace India in Delhi. Ideas are often more powerful than the organizations. The initial campaigns to stop Western companies using India as a dumping ground for toxic waste, the iconic hot air balloon protest near the Taj Mahal, and the campaign against toxic ship breaking in Gujarat gave us the momentum to get registered in India by May 2001. As we have seen that what has happened, the developed countries, that the Western countries, Western companies dump ground their toxic waste in India for this in 1995. And the iconic hot air balloon protest near the Taj Mahal has been seen, and the campaign against toxic ship breaking in Gujarat. What we have done, we toxic ship breaking in Gujarat. This is the time, and we can say momentum to get registered in India by May 2001. Greenpeace is a non-governmental environmental organization with offices in over 40 countries and with an international coordinating body in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Greenpeace states its goal is to ensure the ability of the earth to nurture life in its diversity and focuses its work on worldwide issues such as global warming, deforestation, overfishing, commercial whaling, and anti nuclear issues. Greenpeace uses direct action, lobbying, and research to achieve its goal. In short, we can say this is the overall meaning of Greenpeace. As I'm repeating again here, I want that you have to be short and crispy with with these linings. That Greenpeace is a non-governmental environmental organization. This is simple here. There is offices in over 40 countries with an international coordinating body in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Greenpeace states its goal to ensure the ability of the earth to nurture life in all its diversity. What is the meaning here? That the earth will nurture the life in all its diversity. So we can't destroy the diversity of the earth. What is the meaning of diversity here? That diversity is ocean, diversity is forest, diversity is environment, diversity is the, we can say, animals, diversity is the forest and the production and the trees and the fruits. Diversity has a many meaning. Diversity is that we get from the earth mine after mining, that is diamond, silver, manganese, iron. These are the diversity is very large, has a large meaning. Everything that is comes in the earth's diversity, everything that we can say. If I say that I'm sitting on which chair, that has also come from the earth diversity, because that all type of chemical and this plastic and this iron and everything has come on from this earth. So this is the diversity, and focuses its work on worldwide issues such as global warming, as usually extra and extra using of fuels, vehicles, extra, we can say, stocking. This is all about extra and extra production. This is about all about global warming. What is happening for that? This is it creates a global warming. Deforestation, as usually we have not the satisfaction. So what we do for that? We cut the forest for getting the satisfaction, for getting the stocking, for getting, we can say, to fill up our ours, godams, stores, for making and showing us that we are getting the modernity and we are going to be modern here. But what will happen? Modernity will not remain always, because this time is here that every after 5 days modernity changes. That after 5 days we, in Indian scenario, we can say that we cannot be modern all time. So we have to understand our situation. So this is global warming, deforestation, overfishing, commercial whaling, and anti-nuclear issue. Greenpeace uses direct action. Greenpeace is this is very good action has been done, that they generate the fund by lobbying and research that they achieve its goals also. Huh. The global organization does not accept funding from governments, corporations, or political parties, relying on more than 2.8 million individual supporters and foundations grants. Greenpeace evolved from the peace movement and anti-nuclear protest in Vancouver, British Columbia in early 1970s. On September 15, 1971, the newly founded Don't Make a Wave committee sent a chartered ship, Cormac, renamed Greenpeace for the protest, from Vancouver to oppose United States testing of a nuclear device in Amchitka, that is Alaska. They Don't Make a Wave committee subsequently adopted the name Greenpeace. As there is, we can say, the country is also starting to campaign on other environmental issues such as commercial whaling and toxic waste. In the late 90s, 70s, the different regional Greenpeace of groups formed Greenpeace International to oversee the goals and operations of the regional organizations global. Greenpeace received international attention during the 80s when the French intelligence agency bombed the Rainbow Warrior in Auckland, Waitemata Harbour, one of the most well-known vessels operated by Greenpeace, killing one. In the following years, Greenpeace evolved into one of the largest environmental organization in the world. Greenpeace is known for its direct actions and has been described the most visible environmental organizations in the world. Greenpeace has raised environmental issues to public knowledge, influenced both the private and the public sector. Greenpeace has also been a source of controversy. Its motives and methods have received criticism, and the organization direct actions have sparked legal. Greenpeace movement is working as most important cause of contemporary world. There we can say that most important cause of contemporary world, the Greenpeace movement is working. What is the target areas is here? That first is protection of oceans and ancient forests, phasing out of fossil fuels, and the promotion of renewable energy to stop climate change. elimination of toxic chemicals, and to the nuclear threat and nuclear contamination, safe and sustainable trade. Greenpeace does not solicit or accept funding from government. Ban on toxic waste exports to less developed countries. And to high sea, large scale drift net fishing, there is a ban has been posted on toxic waste export to less developed countries. Moratorium on commercial whaling. United Nations conventions providing for better management of world fisheries in Southern Asian whale sanctuary. 50-year moratorium on mineral exploitation in Antarctica. Ban on the dumping at sea of radioactive and industrial waste and disused oil installations. And to high sea, large scale and drift net fishing. Ban on all nuclear weapons testing, which was their first ever campaign. There is a we can say perception, we can say this is has been seen that every year 20 to 50 million tons of electrical and electronic waste, e-waste, are generated worldwide, which can bring serious risk to human health and environment. This rapidly growing e-waste system presents additional difficulties because a wide range of hazardous chemicals are or in the past been used in the components of electric or electronic devices, and these subsequently create substantial problems with regard to handling, recycling, and disposal of obsolete products. The EU banned the use of certain hazardous substances in electrical and electronics products from July 2006 to facilitate safer recycling. The e-waste recycling sector in many parts of Asia remains highly unregulated. Greenpeace studies the impact of e-waste recycling in India on environment and on the health of recycling workers and surrounding communities. There is a, we can say, challenge for all over Indians, for all over the persons. Sorry. Every year, this is 20 to 50 million tons of electric e-waste we are discussing here properly for the e-waste that all of the countries are has been in a disturbing mode, in a very targeted mode, that what will happen or what can be done by this e-waste. There is a many problems regarding to handling, recycling, and disposal of obsolete products. The EU banned the use of certain hazardous substances in electrical and electronics products from July 2006 to facilitate safer recycling. This is a good step here. The e-waste recycling sector in many parts of Asia remains highly unregulated. Greenpeace studies the impact of e-waste recycling in India on environment and on the health of recycling workers and surroundings communities. It studied samples that included industrial wastes, indoor dusts, soils, rivers, sediments, and groundwater from typical sites representing all major stages routinely employed in dismantling, recycling, and final disposal of the e-waste. The result of the study confirmed that all stages in the processing of e-waste have the potential to release substantial quantum of toxic heavy metal and organic compounds to the workplace, environment, and also the surrounding soil in water course. As we can see here, because of listen here that it studied samples included industrial waste, indoor the soil, river sediments, and groundwater from typical sites, representing all major stages routinely employed in dismantling. What type of dismantling? That is recycling and final disposal of the e-waste. This is the all we are discussing here for the e-waste here. That the result of the study confirmed that all stages in the processing of e-waste have the potential to release substantial quantum of toxic heavy metals and organic compounds to the workplace environment and also the surrounding soil and water course. Here, because this is a very important challenge to the society and we can say the countries, that is e-waste. What will happen of e-waste? Because this is really very tough, very have a problematic that regarding to handling, recycling and disposable of these type of obsolete projects. For this, new step has been given by the EU, the European Union. They have banned the use of certain hazardous substances in electrical and electronics products from July 2006 to facilitate safer recycling. The e-waste recycling sector in many parts of Asia remains highly unregulated. Greenpeace studies the impact of e-waste recycling in India on environment and on the health of recycling workers and surrounding communities. As we have discussed all type of that, Greenpeace movement is working as most important cause of contemporary world or not. So what is the main goal is there? That protection of ocean and ancient forests, prevention of genetically modified organisms being released into nature, and safe and sustainable trade. As we have said here that we want sustainable trade, not development. The development will be considered if the trade remain the sustainable. So add to the nuclear threat and nuclear contamination, there is elimination of toxic chemicals. This is here that the Greenpeace organization doesn't get any type of funding from the political parties and the government corporations and the companies also. They are getting the funding is simply for getting the person to person discussion. For today, this is all about the Greenpeace, and we are here for getting all type of knowledge. So this is we are also repeating here that Greenpeace, the what type of Indian scenario of Greenpeace can be seen in 2015. The Indian government has make a ban on that for making the managerial expenses and tax evasion, more spending more than 60% of the funds on managerial expenses. Greenpeace movement. So, what was the main motto in India? This is here. The testing went out, and the Greenpeace India is also based on non-profit on environmental organization with a presence in 55 countries throughout Europe, America, and Asia. Funding of Greenpeace is simply we have got it that in 1990s Greenpeace has mainly relied on face-to-face funding in order to make up for its shortfall in funding, subscribing them for a monthly direct debit donations. This is we have given a new glimpse of mission and objective of Greenpeace, and this is that what is the main targets of Greenpeace in the 71. This story we have also given here, and this is all for today, my dear students. We have covered here the Greenpeace. This is from the BPSC 141. Thank you very much.